What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're drawing Proximus Caesar from the planet of the apes. For today's lesson we'll need some plain white paper and a pencil. I'm going to start today's drawing with this 0.7mm mechanical pencil with a 2B graphite stick. And I always like to begin my drawings by blocking out the basic shape first to capture the proportions before we get into the details. So let's start by sketching a line coming down the center of our page. Starting from the very top in the middle, just going to lightly work my way down towards the bottom using these short lines. Let's go back to the center along the top and draw another line going across from left to right. Now I want to use these two lines to help us create a circle on the top of our page. So from that center point, let's move up, mark off the top of our circle, and then we'll measure this distance down towards the bottom and do the same thing. Let's repeat that across this horizontal line. So measure the distance from the center down towards the left, and then down towards the right. Now I want to connect the center point of each mark with a curve to create our circle. And the circle doesn't have to be perfect. We're just using this as a guide. This will help us define the size of the head. You can always go back and just smooth this out. And then moving out to the side of our circle, let's add another line coming all the way down towards the bottom. And I'm also going to extend that up towards the top. Let's add one more line going across the bottom of our circle. And we'll be tilting the head forward so the eyes are going to sit along this line. Now with our circle and guides in place, we're going to start blocking out the facial features. And I'd like to start with the eyes, leaving a gap in the center. Let's go to the left side. It's going to curl the brow coming up and in on either side. I'm going to follow the bottom of our circle out towards the side, then it's out and then down. Let's step back in. Curve the eye going out and then down. So just tucking the eyes in underneath the thick brow from the bottom, come down and just tuck that up on the inside. From the center of the brow, let's move down and draw a circle for the nose. I just want to capture the right size. So going all the way around. In the bottom, angle is up and out towards the left and right for the nostrils. Let's go back underneath the brow, angle is down and out towards the side of our circle, around the nose. Now from here, we're going to step down, I'm just going to mark off the edge of the mouth with a straight line. Now we're going to go back up to the side of the nose, we're going to draw an oval, coming around, come down underneath that mouth line, and go back up on the right. Let's go in between the brow and draw the bottom edge of the crown. I'm just going to go up above the left eye and then out towards the side of our circle. Go out and then up. For the bottom corners of the crown, I'm just going to curve around the eye and brow and then pull that in towards the bottom. And then bend this in and then down. Let's go back down to the mouth. We're going to angle this, coming down and then across towards the bottom right. Go back to the left, curve the bottom of the mouth, opening this up, going down and then back up. Let's go back and flatten off the edge of the crown, go up, just follow that line on the outside. On the top, come down and then in. Just line that up on the right side. And now right from this point, bend this down and back up towards the right. Now I want to pull the top of the head down a little bit further. So from these 2 points, bring this down and then across. Let's leave a gap in the center of the crown, move over toward the left, draw a straight line going up towards the top of the head. Do the same thing on the right. Now I'm going to go back down to the bottom corners of the crown. We're going to add some volume around the cheeks. Bend this down and out towards the eye line. Bring this down. Then in towards the chin. I'm just going to trace the chin, coming down and then up. Just adding a little point along the bottom. Let's go back and add some volume to the ears. Start from the bottom corner of the crown, then the ear going up, come down and then back in. And do the same thing on the right. From the bottom of the ears, curve the shoulders, coming down and then out. Now if you got to this stage, you just completed the most difficult part of this drawing, which is capturing the right proportions and expressions. Now let's go back and just lightly clean up our guidelines. Once we finish cleaning up our drawing, we're going to use this rough sketch as a guide to help us layer on some more detail and refine the shapes. Now I'd like to start with the eyes. Just going to enhance that brow and work my way across the top. Just adding these little folds. Curve this around the eye and then down across the brow. Go back and add the inside of the eye coming down. Now we're just going to readjust this, just pulling this in a little bit further on the left side and the right. Adding a little bit more shape, coming down towards the tear duct. Now I also want to tuck the pupil and iris underneath. So we're going to start on the left. Just going to lightly add this in. Back and add a small circle in the center of the pupil. And we're just going to work our way around, adding some folds around the eye. Now I'm going to add some shape to the nose. Start with that center seam coming down the middle, going up along the side, and then around the nostrils. Now let's move all the way down, just add some more shape to the mouth. Start with the top of the lip, go that down the side. Just gonna add a small fang overlapping the bottom lip. I'm just gonna add a few wrinkles coming down from the nose towards the mouth. I want to add some texture to the fur around the head. So we're going to start from the outside, just adding these little points. And we're just going to enhance the outside edge of the fur. We don't need to put some detail in the inside just yet. So I'm going to work on the curve of the head coming down. I'm just going to balance this out from left to right by going back and forth. Let's pull this down towards the chin. And from the head along the side, it's going to darken up that fur. Just adding a little bit of texture going out. I'm going to modify the shape of the ear, just using that rough sketch as a guide, just staying within that boundary. Add a little notch on the side. I'll add that fold on top of the ear. I'm just going to add some more shape and detail to this crown. I just want to pinch this up towards the top. Add a split down the middle. we're just going to pull the hair out towards the side, on the top of the head, just lightly going across. And it'll darken up the inside and go out. Let's go back one more time and clean up our drawing before we add in our contrast and shading. And now I'm going to switch to a 0.9mm mechanical pencil, something a little bit thicker, and add some contrast. I'm going to start along the bottom edge of the brow. I'm going to add some thick lines across the bottom just to give it a little bit of weight. And just working our way across. And here we're just going to add some more wrinkles as we go. Now along the side of the hair, we're just going to brush that fur going out. Just blending this out on the side. I want to bring this around the cheeks. I'm going to go back and add a small highlight circle along the bottom, just underneath the pupils. Just darken up the top of the iris and just blend that down, going around that highlight. Now we're going to work our way across the outside of the fur. And we want to darken up the tips and just blend that in to create a little bit of a highlight in the inside area. little bit lighter along the beard, along the bottom. Now I'm going to the side edge of my 2mm mechanical pencil and start adding some shadows. So I'm going to start by darkening up the bottom edge of the brow, going around the eye. I'm just going to enhance some of these shadows. Darken out that fur just underneath the lip and just pull this down. I'm just going to blend that into the bottom fur. And then we're also going to darken up the side of the fur around the cheeks. We're just adding some rough texture. We'll come back and add some more after. I'm also darkening up the bottom edge of the brow just to give it a little bit more shape and roundness. Now as we get closer to the end, we're just going to tighten up our shadows and add a little bit more detail, and always be sure to sign our artwork, and that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of Proximus Caesar from the Planet of the Apes. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial, and if you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single day. I want to thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you again soon.